Times we want to be compensated. We want to know what the compensation is from life before we take that step. We want the certainty that life will pay off. This will work if I do it, life. Tell me this will work. And what a Rowan does is, let's go. So there's 4 unique traits, man, that a Rowan has. And the 4 traits are, he has the ability to assume individual responsibility. A Rowan also has the ability to focus. He's got perseverance. And he seeks solutions, creative solutions to complicated problems. Well, it sounds like selling to me.
You know, I've enjoyed tremendous success thanks to the sales profession, but I've also needed the skills of selling to pick myself back up and get back in the ring after getting divorced, bankrupt, and demoted. But I never settled. See, selling is not just a profession, it's a life skill, because we're all selling our way through life. Hit the share button, share it with someone who needs it. Also hit the bell button. Make sure you get notified for upcoming episodes. So let's rock out with today's episode.
So I thought I was done with self-worth. And after yesterday's podcast, I went and exercised, came down, or lay down for a quick little power nap because I had to close, man. I had to work the late shift. And I opened up Wes Berry's book, Big Things Have Small Beginnings. And you know the first words that I came across in chapter 14? Self-worth. And I was like, wow. It's one of those God winks, you know? So I go on to read because I'm trying to kind of power down a little bit so then I can take a little 30-minute nap. And it was about, so he leads off chapter 14 talking about it's an old letter, it's an old story. I think L. Rod Hubbard or somebody like that wrote it, a message to Garcia. And basically in a nutshell, it's a true story where President McKinley ordered Andrew Rowan to go through the jungles and deliver a critical message to Garcia. Rowan didn't question it. He didn't ask for extra supplies. He just did it solo in the jungles, deep in the jungles, like they had no idea where it was. And it took him 3 weeks to get it done. But he got it done. And the story was told and has been retold for many years as an inspiration for others to have that get the job done at all cost kind of mentality, that hardness. It's, you know, sometimes, dude, you do have to white knuckle up. Sometimes, man, you do have to grit your teeth together and you got to get in there and you got to make it happen. And, you know, Garcia did it. He took on the mission because it was a matter of self-worth. See, he had the confidence in his abilities. And he had so much self-respect that he said, I'm going to get it done. See, you probably possess some Rowan traits, but oftentimes, man, you may not realize that you have them. And the reason being is because you've conformed for so many years. So the conformity is where we all have to blend in. And what a Rowan does is he stands out. He has these tremendous traits. And so, see, it was a matter of self-worth for Rowan to get the mission accomplished, to get the job done. And see, most people do have a whatever it takes mentality. But the whatever it takes mentality, it's a whatever it takes to get a paycheck. versus whatever it takes to get the job done. That's different. That's a mission, man. And many times we want to be compensated. We want to know what the compensation is from life before we take that step. We want the certainty that life will pay off. This will work if I do it, life. Tell me this will work. And what a Rowan does is, let's go. So there's 4 unique traits, man, that a Rowan has. And the 4 traits are, he has the ability to assume individual responsibility. A Rowan also has the ability to focus. He's got perseverance. And he seeks solutions, creative solutions, to complicated problems. Well, that sounds like selling to me. See, that's why I say, man, selling is not just a profession. It's a life skill. And the 4 traits is individual responsibility. It's focus, it's perseverance, and seeking creative solutions to complicated problems. Oh, bro, you're the new Roman. You're a Rowan. But sometimes, man, you got to hear these things. So that way it makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck. It can't stand up on the back of my head, on my head. It's got to stand up on the back of my neck. I ain't got no hair. But that's what a Rowan is. So, the first one is it's the individual responsibility. And many times, man, what so many people is, there are those who look at, risk taking. And that's taking a big risk. But see, Rowans don't look at situations as risk taking, because the ultimate risk is to do nothing at all. And so what the Rowans do is preparation is their net. That's their safety net. And so they prepare themselves in such a way that when they go, they take responsibility. They take the situation on. And so they don't sit back and say, well, what if I fail? They just power right ahead and they own it. They take responsibility. They don't blame. They don't look around. They don't do any of that. They get the job done. Now, the reason why they take the individual responsibility is because they also have focus. This is your attention to details. When somebody says details matter, let me tell you what that really means. The extras matter. Details matter. The extras matter. And so when you're so focused and the details matter, it's the extras. It's that one more mentality, at one more phone call, one more customer. It's that one more rep. It's that one more quarter of a mile. It's that one more 5 more minutes. See, those are the kind of extras. Those are the kind of details where people from the outside, man, the ones who aren't Rowans, they look at you and they say, dude, that doesn't even make sense. An extra 2 minutes? I mean, why are you even doing this? Why a quarter of a mile? 5 minutes? That's all that's all the time that you have to work out. Why are you even doing something like that? See, they're trying to seek meaning. But a Rowan, because the details matter, the extras, the one more, see, that carries a deep meaning. It's a meaning. And it matters. See, it matters. And you know what a matter is, right? It's a solid. So because they have that one more mentality, that one more rep, yes, it's one more rep today, but over 30 days, it's 30 reps. And so the matters build up and they weigh in on success. The third trait Rowans have is perseverance. Perseverance. And perseverance is that steadiness, man. And don't get me wrong, Rowans fail more than they succeed. That's why they succeed. Seth Godin said, if I fail more than you, I'm winning. And see, that's that perseverance. They don't look at the last thing and, I failed and game over. No, the game changed. The road narrowed. The road turned. The road closed. Where's the bridge? See, that's that perseverance I'm talking about. And so they're so focused on the details. They're so focused on getting the job done, that with that perseverance, Rowans don't look at everybody else's averages. They look at yesterday's average, their average, and they say, yesterday I did 2.7. And today, at the end of the day, I'm going to beat that average. And I may end up at 2.92, but that's better than the average of 2.7. See, everybody else is looking at the averages of everybody. Well, I'm right there in the same percentile as everybody else. That's not what Rowans do. Rowans, because they take the responsibility, because they want to get the job done, because they're so focused, because the details matter, the one extras, that the perseverance, they keep going. They better yesterday. They focus on the goal, man. They're going to make mistakes along the way. But see, it's making those mistakes along the way that's where they learn. That's where they learn to handle the loss, not hold the loss. So many people hold the losses. That's what sinks you. But they handle the loss. Rowans are able to take it. See, the greatest risk of all is not doing anything at all. So that's not even a risk. Me moving forward, me jumping out there, me pushing ahead, pushing forward, it's not a risk. Those standing back there in the back, that's the ones who are taking a risk in life. Because you have to depend on life to hand you something. But the Rowans don't do that. They say, oh, what's the task? What's the mission? Let's go get it done. And even if I fail, and I know I will fail more than I succeed, but in the end, bro, I'm going to succeed. Last traits that Rowans have is they find creative solutions to complicated problems. So many things are complicated. And think about how many people they veer off. They say it's too much, it's too complicated. It's not what Rowans do. Because they have individual responsibility, because they're so focused, because they persevere, that when it comes time to find a solution, they get creative. The solution isn't from another man. They're not saying, oh, well, I mean, if my job would supply some extra things, or if I had this title, I would do that. If this day was perfect, if the clouds would part, if the temperature was just right. No, they don't look at that. They say, oh, this is what I got. Okay. And they make it work. And yeah, they may collaborate with somebody, but they ain't waiting on nobody. They say, oh, this is all I got to work with. This is it. It's cool. I'll make it work. You know how much time that people waste sitting there complaining that if they had this, it's the if-then contract. If I had this, then I would do that. But in your most desperate of situations, think about how creative you were to find a solution. See, you're a Rowan, bro. You just don't realize it. You're the new Roman. Because, see, you have those 4 traits. But many times, man, they're just kind of dormant because you've just kind of accepted life. You've kind of accepted people to push you into jobs that, well, this is what your dad did, so this is what you got to do. Or this is what my family's always done, so I'm going to do it. No, you don't have to. You get one lap in this life, bro. Be a Rowan. Take on the individual responsibility. Get that focus, perseverance. And then find creative solutions. That's where your success is. That's where your self-worth lies. Right there in those 4 traits. See, that's putting yourself. Andrew Rowan, bro, he went out in the jungles. That's how he raised his self-worth. Nobody knew, they didn't even know where Garcia was. Yet he went out there and he found him. What do you think his self-worth was at the end of that mission? He was tired, he was beat up, he was fatigued. Yet he was done. Mission accomplished. You think the next thing, I wonder what happened to his life from there. What happened? I bet you he could have done anything or felt like he could have done anything. Because when something else got handed to him, he's like, bro, I went in the jungle. There wasn't no GPS. I didn't have no guidance. I couldn't stop at the gas station and ask instructions. I had a map, a compass, and a mission. And I got the damn job done. All right, your TSL action item of today. I get ferocious about this, man. I get jazzed up about this because there's so much available and we getting it. All right, TSL action item of the day. What Rowan traits do you possess now? You got it, man. It's just asleep. So what Rowan traits are just right there at you, man? The Rowan traits, again, individual responsibility, the focus, the details matter, right? That's the one extra. It's the perseverance. I fail more than I succeed. But that's why I succeed. Because if I'm failing more than you, I win. And I'm winning. And the last one is creative solutions. Which one? You got 1, 2, 3 of those? If you got all 4, then you can skip question number 2. But question number 2 is, what dormant Rowan trait do you possess? Or what Rowan trait is dormant to you right now? And now that you heard this message, you say, it's time to wake the beast. Because as long as we're selling, we ain't never settling. Remember, never settle. Keep selling your way through life, no matter what. Stay in the sales life.
Thanks for watching. Hey, don't go anywhere. I got another really good episode that is relevant for your life. As long as you're selling, you'll never settle. Keep selling your way through life. Stay in the sales life.